Right, so this is the story time of when I found out and how I found out that my ex-best friend, so my best friend at the time, was pregnant with her granddad's baby and was, like, disclaimer, she was sleeping with him willingly. So I thought I'd do a story time about it. It's been a good few years now. The incident happened when, well, it all came out when I was about, I think, 21 maybe. Finally healed from it all to be able to share it with you guys. It's a long story, but yeah, she was willingly sleeping with him. I want to make that clear. It was no like foul play involved in them terms, because it's foul obviously. So anyway, so me and this girl, what I should call her, we'll call her friend A, and then we've got friend B. So we were like a friendship group, us three, and we were inseparable. I'd been best friends with her from, we went to the same nursery, we went to the same primary school, we went to the same secondary school. Everyone who knows me knows how close we were and knows how deep the situation got. So yeah, so we'd been friends through and through. We'd been friends for ages, and we had finished secondary school. I'd just finished university, but we always met up. Me, friend A and friend B, we were like that. We met up as much as we could. We spoke every single day, FaceTimed, phoned, whatever, you name it, we did it. We'd been on holidays together and everything. So all started when we decided to go on a holiday. We'd finished university, we'd all graduated, and I'd moved into my house. So we were all spending time at my house. My two friends still lived with their parents at the time. I'd moved out, so it was always, my house was kind of the link up spot for everybody. So yeah, so one day we were planning a holiday. We thought, oh, we'll celebrate like graduating from university. We've also had this time spent away because we all went to different universities, so let's celebrate, let's go on holiday. So as we were looking to book our holiday, it's not even funny, it's very traumatic, but humour's my way of coping with things. As we went to book our holiday, she made a comment to us and she was like, oh, I just need to check with my granddad that it's okay if I come. And we were kind of like, why? Because she lived with her parents, she didn't live with her grandparents, and she was close to her granddad, but we couldn't understand why, because I could understand if you were looking after him and he was really, really elderly and needed looking after, but it wasn't like that. She went to see him on a regular basis. He was a cool guy. So we couldn't really, that was like the first sign. We thought really nothing of it, but that was the first sign. So yeah, and go to part 2 for me to get into more detail on how I found out my friend was pregnant with a granddad. Right, so I didn't expect that story, my part 1, to blow up the way it did so fast. So I wasn't going to do part 2 tonight, but I just thought I'd do it really quickly. So yeah, people have been saying a few things about you don't know that it wasn't consensual before she was of age, and I just want to state I very much do. You've heard part 1 to a very long story, so any questions you've got I probably will answer throughout the parts. So yeah, so we were booking a holiday. She said she needed to check with her granddad, and me and friend B were like, bit weird, but we didn't really think too much of it. So yeah, we didn't really press her on it, and that's how that night ended. Then obviously we had a group chat, and I think my friends came over like 2 days later to actually book the holiday. She was like, yeah, I'm all right to go. So we thought, yeah, cool, granddad's approved it, not sure why he needed to, but yeah, whatever. So we ended up booking a holiday to Dubai, and we booked it for the September. So we had like a 2-3 month wait to go to Dubai. So anyway, we carry on doing it, whatever we're doing, working and whatnot, and we're still chatting, we're still meeting up for coffees. But I noticed she kind of took a step back. Her replies in the group chat were a bit kind of like dead, a bit blunt. Me and friend B were so excited for Dubai. We were putting, our outfits in that we'd looked for, what we were going to do, where we were going to go out and whatnot, and friend A just wasn't really in that mind frame of going out. Also, I think it's really important to tell you as well, at this point, friend A had a boyfriend. Friend A and friend B's boyfriends were very close. So yeah, so we kind of did just put it down to her and her man were kind of not in the best of places. They were having arguments here and there that we obviously would hear about and give her advice on. Yeah, and so that was kind of the build up to Dubai, and I'm skipping loads of parts because we'd just be here forever. But I think it got to up to 2 weeks before we said we were going to go to Dubai, and she completely stopped replying to us, and you're gonna have to wait for part 3 to hear the rest. So guys, I thought I would quickly do part 3 whilst I'm on my break at work. I've got a Dunkin' iced coffee, best iced coffee if you didn't know, but anyway. So 2 weeks before Dubai, she'd gone radio silent, didn't hear anything from her. For days we were trying to message her and ring her, and we just got no response, and we just put it down to she was having trouble with a boyfriend. That's a whole nother story. We don't know the depth of that just yet, how deep that situation was. She was having trouble with a boyfriend, and she also, we thought Dubai's expensive. We'd planned to do a lot. We'd planned to go to like these day parties. We were going out every day, like in our little itinerary we'd planned. So anyway, we thought, you know what, maybe she's stressed because she has done stuff like this before where she just needs a bit of time and a bit of space. She was that type of person. So we thought, we'll give her space, see if we hear from her before Dubai. So fast forward now, 3 days before Dubai. We're still putting things in the group chat, me and friend B, like, yeah, can't wait, have you seen this? What do you think to this outfit? Oh, like, my outfit's delayed, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she removes herself from the group chat. So we're like, huh? So I message her separately, and I'm like, are you all right? Like, why have you taken yourself out of the group chat? Have we done something to upset you? She opened it and she never replied. Friend B did the same. She also opened friend B's message and never replied. So me and friend B, we were confused, but we were like, we're still going to Dubai. So we went to Dubai, and it was kind of bittersweet because we were sad, because that's our friend from 4 years old, been friends a very long time, and it was kind of like she'd never removed herself out the group chat. So it was like, what is going on? Is she like prepared to end this friendship for however long, like this 16-17 year friendship over what we didn't even know what it was over? So anyway, fast forward, we're back from Dubai. Me and friend B, we decided, it's probably like 2 weeks after we've got back from Dubai, we decided, let's go shopping. Let's go get coffee, lunch, and let's go shopping. So we're going shopping, right? We've just gone to the local shopping centre near us, and we're in Zara. And I remember this so vividly because I had these Zara jeans that I really wanted, and I was complaining because I'd have to go to the tailors and get them taken up because I'm only 5'1" and Zara trousers are for like 6'5" people. So yeah, so I remember I was talking to my friend and I was like, oh, do you like these? But I'm gonna have to get them taken up, this and that. And then I'm like this, I do a double take, and like in front of us, to our right a bit, there she is, friend A. But she's with this man, and he easy like 55, easy. So she's with this older man, right? It's not her granddad. And we're like looking at each other, and we're like, has she seen us? But she's not seen us. And it was kind of like so awkward. She'd not seen us. So they were like in front to the right, and the man, the elderly man, I was like, oh, is this like sugar daddy vibes? Like, I'm all for whoever wants to rinse a man, you go do that, like sugar daddy, whatever, I'm not going to judge you. This old man had like his hand on her lower back, and they were quite close, and she was just giggling at something that he'd whispered in her ear. So I was like, whoa, this has to be like maybe a sugar daddy situation or something. So me and my friend, we were a bit weirded out, but also like a bit concerned, because you've got a boyfriend, you're cuddling up to this man who is at least twice your age, and you've locked us off as friends. So anyway, that was that incident. We just kind of, me and friend B were just kind of like discussing it, like what's gone wrong, this and that. So anyway, we were quite concerned. So when we'd been shopping, we'd gone back home to mine, and I rang friend A's mum, because remember, we're so close, we're also very close to their family, to her family, and friend B's also very close. We're all close knit with each other's family. So I rang friend A's mum, and I'm like, oh, what's going on with friend A? We've not heard from her. She's done this, like she's deleted herself out of the group chat. We're supposed to be going on holiday and whatnot. And her mum said to us, she was like, oh, it's all been kicking off, it's such a long story, I feel like she's trying to punish me. So I was like, punish you for what? And she was like, it's so long to get into, I don't really want to get into it. So I was like, all right, fair enough, but what's that, like, why ditch your friends? Do you know what I mean, if you've fallen out with your mum? But anyway, she said it was a very long situation, but she said she's fine. Them two are in like a war zone at the minute, so they're not speaking, so she didn't really have much to report back on. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So anyway, a few days pass and whatnot, and as you can tell, I love an iced coffee. So I've always loved iced coffee. So I've gone to Starbucks, and I've walked in, and I've seen friend A with said older man, and this time we can't avoid each other. I've walked in, they're there. So I've looked at her, she's looked at me, he's looked at me because she's looking at me, and I've looked at him, and I'm like, what the hell, eh? So I've said to her, you're right? And she's like, yeah, you. And I was like, yeah. And that was it. It was so awkward. It wasn't a like, oh my god, this is my best friend I've known for however many years. It was, I know you, but I don't know you enough to say anything else to you. That's how it was. So I was so taken aback. So I ordered my coffee and I see them two get up. So I'm at this out of the corner of my eye. He kisses her on the cheek and she's still like in this little giggly mood. And then they walk out in their separate ways from Starbucks. And when I just thought it couldn't get any weirder or messed up or worse, it gets a whole lot worse. Go to part 4.